Hello, and welcome back to the A&R Podcast. I'm your co-host, Ryan.
And I'm your other co-host, Addison.
And today we are reviewing the TV show, Girlboss. Girlboss is inspired by the book, Girlboss, written by Sophia and Russo, which follows the rise of her multi-million-dollar fashion empire, Nasty Gal.
Million.
Yeah,
Oh,
a
God.
million. Brit Robertson plays the main character, Sophia Marlowe, a rebellious broke anarchist who decides to start to sell vintage clothing online as her passion and...
Anarchist. I mean,
Yeah.
personally, I didn't think of her as an anarchist, but I guess it makes sense, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, as her passion and retail fashion empire begin to grow, Sophia unexpectedly becomes a businesswoman who starts to realize the value and difficulties of being the boss of her own life.
Yeah.
There we go. So let's hop right into it. I know we usually only do this for movies, but I think we have done it for the last few episodes. But what did you think about the beginning scene of, like, so she's in her car and oh wait, sorry. Yeah,
Her
that
car,
is the
like,
opening
turns
scene.
off, and then she has to, like, push it up a hill or whatever.
It runs out of gas, it doesn't turn off.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, your car does turn off when it runs out of gas, right? Or
I
does
guess.
wait, the car can
Well,
stay on, right? Because the battery isn't dead? I don't know how cars work.
It won't, like, move or whatever. But yeah, okay. But anyways, okay, so that intro was so good. The soundtrack, the first song, I could already tell that the soundtrack of this show was gonna be good, and I was not disappointed.
Not disappointed.
Like the way that I described this show is an actual punk rock edgy show. Like, they know how to write good edgy humor. Well, I wouldn't say edgy, but like, well, I would say that, like, there was like a 69 joke, I think.
Yes, there was.
That was hilarious. There were so
It was
many,
so
like,
funny. Yeah.
penis jokes. I loved it. But, you know, like, it was a really good establishing shot because it shows that Sophia, well, it's a good establishing shot, I guess, for the kind of like the start of Sophia's character. Like,
Yeah.
because the what's trolley man, I guess you could call him, says, "Oh, do you want
Oh
help?" And
yeah.
she's like, "No, I don't want help," because, like, she believes that looking for help is pointless.
Yeah. And I guess she wants to do it herself.
Yeah, but okay, so this is a show that we can really talk about the fashion of it, because obviously it's
Yeah.
about fashion and clothes. What did you think? I'll let you give your opinion first, and then I'll give my opinion.
Well, it's not really my thing, the type of fashion I guess that was in it, but considering that the show was about fashion, I didn't pay that much attention to the actual fashion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I guess just because I didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
But
Well,
it's like, yeah, like
opinion.
vintage. But like,
You're not a vintage type person?
yeah, I'm not really a vintage type of person or like an early 2000s person either. So,
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah.
I guess I have the opposite opinion of you. I thought the fashion of the show was pretty cool, especially because, like, Sophia's, when she goes she gets stuff that resembles her, and I like her because she's I would agree, she's an anarchist character. Like, and she's punk rock, she's edgy, she's funny, and, like, the pieces that she gets resembles, like, her, and I personally really liked it. Like, uh, the oh my god, what is it called? The East-West calfskin jacket. That
Oh yeah.
looked so cool. Oh my God, I wanted to wear that so bad. It looks so nice. And I was like, I was jealous. Like,
Oh my goodness.
and then like, you don't really see like that many other pieces like that are in a sense like
Focused
the
on.
foot. Yeah, like yeah. There's the East West capskin jacket, obviously, because that kickstarts everything. Um, there's
There's the
the
dress.
one in episode 4, Lady Shopper 99, where
Yeah.
it's like that wedding dress of
Thing.
some sort, and then I think it's episode 6,
Oh,
maybe, or is it 7? Whichever the one.
I'm not
Yeah,
quite
7.
sure.
When Gail comes to town, and
Oh, Gail, yeah.
yeah, and
There's
then
the
they
pink dress.
go to I guess that's a thrift store,
It's her
and
friend's thrift store. I forget his name though.
I don't think he
The guy.
actually gets a name. Yeah, like that, and then like
Kind of sad.
a little, and then it's like the I guess ball gown dress, I guess you would say that, which I also did like how after that like Gail's like, oh, it was probably worn by a girl and her husband went off to war, whatever. And you can tell that Gail's so sentimental. For me, I literally just skipped through that because I was like, nah, nah. Like Gail
Oh,
can think that, but nah. And then Sophia's, I imagines like that girl having it ripped off her as she goes to have like rough sex or whatever. I thought that
oh
was funny.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you later learn like I guess well you learn why Gail likes clothes because like her mom and like
Yeah.
yeah. Which I'll get more into that when we like specifically talk about her as a character. But okay. I want to kind of talk about well no. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Why does like I guess it's a weird question to ask, but why does Sophia like clothes? Like it's a weird question to ask because it would be like asking me. Well, I guess there is a reason why I'd like to write. I was gonna say that, but there doesn't seem to be like a solid reason of why she likes clothes as an expressive art form above everything else. You know?
Yeah. I mean, was she into clothes when she met whatever her friend's name is?
Annie?
Uh, yeah, Annie.
Um,
Because Annie was like, let's get you a makeover, right?
yeah.
Which is kind of, I don't know. Was she into fashion then?
I don't
Possibly.
think so. Like,
She did roast Annie's outfit in
yeah,
style.
which is funny. Like, I don't want to be rude to Sophia, but it kind of seemed like the reason that she got into it was because so she saw the jacket at the thrift store and she's like, oh, I can resell this for a lot of money, and then that's kind of where it takes off. Like,
But
in a
she
sense,
obviously, like, liked fashion because she wouldn't have known what the jacket was unless she had,
yeah. Which
had been
I
into
feel,
it.
yeah, like, but I just feel like there should have been like
Yeah,
maybe the reason why she likes fashion, cause like
you could
maybe
guesstimate, I guess.
yeah, like
Like,
maybe it's cause like she felt like she never like really had a style that seemed
yeah,
similar to her, so she had to make her own or something like that.
yeah. Or even, like, because she grew up with just her dad. I mean, like, in her teen years, which is usually when you get into what clothes you like and whatnot, was a
Yeah.
way. to like connect with more of a femininity because, you know, she only had a dad. I don't know. But
Yeah.
that is
Yeah. Yeah.
that should have been something that they touched on. Why?
hmm I guess onto your point as well, like they really did pack in a lot of stuff in 6.5 hours.
It was only 6.5 hours. Yeah, I
Uh,
guess. For
Six
13
and a half
episodes.
hours or less, because some of the
Yeah.
episodes weren't even 30 minutes. Like they packed in a lot of stuff. And I feel like I'm not sure. Maybe I had this problem with the TV episodes that we recorded before, but it seemed like we didn't. I want to say we didn't get the full story because we got the full story of point A to point B of like
Yeah.
Sophia selling the calfskin jacket to Sophia launching her business at the end. But like I guess more of like the roots of our character, especially like I think episode 4, that's like when you learn about her and Annie becoming friends and like their Coachella experience,
Mhm.
the
It is
baseball
that.
experience, where they first meet, the drink tickets thing. Um, but like I feel maybe they could have spent maybe a little less time. Like I think the drink tickets part of episode 4 isn't really necessary.
Yeah, no, it's. I mean,
Like it,
I guess it could be like Annie choosing.
yeah, Sophia
Why
like
don't
over
I'm like,
that
why
girl.
don't I know the main character's name? Sophia
It's like
over like
shoot. Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
but
which I feel like could have been like maybe shorter, because
hmm
I think that we should have gotten a little more of a backstory on Sophia as the
yeah,
main character, because like the backstory that you really get on her is, so you get that you get her friendship with Annie, and then in episode 7 you'll learn about when her mom left her,
yeah,
which, oh boy, I kind of do want to talk about the dialogue just gets better. I think the second half of the season, I would say everything from like maybe episode 8 and beyond is really, really good.
yeah,
Like, obviously the first part I really like, but like episodes 8 through 13 were just so good because it was really emotional, but it was really funny, and they really pulled out their best jokes. Like in episode 9, like as Sophia is trying to find, I guess, bigger space for her clothes, she can't go to the toilet. So she just pees in the sink. I was like, oh my goodness. Like,
oh gosh, yeah.
oh
It,
wait, that actually, sorry, what were you gonna say?
I don't think I even remember that.
It was very good. I just remembered. Okay, episode 2, the Hern. A few things. Number one, when Sophia gets a hernia, she's like, oh, it's fine. Like, first off, props to the makeup team for making it look like an actual growth out of the skin. I don't know how they did that. Like 10 out of 10
yeah,
for them. But like if I had that on me, I would freak out. It's massive. And it's
yeah. Like I just have
right
those
next to
big
her
bones.
vagina as well. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, I wouldn't want any weird growths near very sensitive and important areas of my body. So yeah.
yeah,
And what I was gonna say about that was the episode, I feel like I don't know. Cause it's, I guess, her like getting more into like how to sell fashion. I just feel like that episode could have been made cut or something, or fast, made better, giving more information. Because the whole Hearn situation just, it kind of like, I guess, shows the pull between her and her dad, kind of, that, and her not wanting help either,
Mhm.
obviously. But like, I don't know. I feel like maybe when she went under, we could have like seen a flashback possibly to when she was a kid, so maybe we can meet her mom. Because the fact that we don't really like learn the situation really about her mom till episode 7 was a little, I guess, I don't want to say disjointed, but it felt like a little too late.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, like,
I don't know. I'm like,
yeah. And that's why I like episodes 8 through 13, cuz like episode 8, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it starts with them going to visit Shane, I forget where, which I'd also like to say, the guy Josh, I think is his name, yeah, the singer, that's Colleen Ballinger's husband. I think his name is
oh,
Eric. He's
Eric.
pretty cool. Yeah, but yeah, so episode 8 was really good, showing like, cause it was kind of an Annie, like obviously every episode Sophia ba- like focused, but like this in this one it didn't really. It actually felt like Annie was also just as important because it was her and Dax's relationship, which I thought was really good, and they did very well. I think with the colors of it, like obviously I don't know. I'm not sure what they
Oh,
took. If they took like acid or something, they probably did. Acid or
yeah,
LSD. I'm not sure if they're the same. I'm not a drug person,
they're the
but
same.
okay, cool.
Don't worry, I know everything
How
about
do
them.
you know? Um, but yeah,
Nothing
like
suspicious here, I swear.
FBI. So yeah, I think they did very well showing how like visual it was, and then the whole I think the whole eating fries was a good was actually a good metaphor for how Sophia kind of doesn't really
Yeah,
like, I I don't want to say she doesn't care about people's feelings, but yeah,
she
she
doesn't like
bulldozes
consider
over
them.
people's emotions.
Yeah,
And then I said that relates to episode 5. And episode 5 was like the story of Annie and Sophia, like kind of where the whole thing of it kind of like, and it really like comes around, I think, in episode 11, no, 12, no, 11, Garbage Person, where I think when Gail tells Sophia that she's a garbage person, it's not Gail telling Sophia that she's a garbage person, it's Gail confirming the thought that Sophia knows that she's a garbage person. And I think that's why throughout the whole thing, like the whole series and the whole show, like Sophia wants people to hate her because she thinks that she's like bad for people.
yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. And then also in that episode 8, Shane, oh my god, Shane was getting on my last nerve already in episode, I think, 4. Thank you, San Francisco. Maybe it's episode 3. I'm not really sure. Did not like him. When Sophia finds out that he's been getting a girl to, you know, pleasure him, I was like, yeah, that's not expected. So you can go die, Shane. But yeah,
Yeah.
like,
You know, I didn't really know that he did some cheating until the last, or yeah, the last episode, right?
mhm.
Somehow I missed that.
Well,
um,
like, no, I'm saying like I wasn't like, I didn't like him. That's what I'm trying to say.
yeah.
There wasn't
Okay.
any sign of him cheating. I just,
Oh, there wasn't. Wait,
yeah,
how did she
but
find out?
she walks into the room of the recording studio, and then she sees Shane sitting on the I guess the drum stool thing, and then there's the guitar girl on her knees, you know,
Oh, yeah, I
doing
saw that
her
scene,
thing.
multiple times and was just like, why is she freaking out that he's at his drums? Is she like, like
Oh, you didn't
horny
see,
over him being in his drum set or something?
and then like, wait, so when did you notice
Because
that,
there's
you
like the
know?
rock stuff or whatever. And so I was like, oh, this is weird. I don't get it.
Wait, when did it click for you that,
When she said that he cheated, and I was like, it clicked for me
oh,
now
wait,
that that was the scene. I didn't
yeah,
notice
yeah,
that there was anybody else there. Oh.
goes back and rewatches it like, oh, there they are. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see because like their head is kind of covered by one of the drum, I guess the drums, and
Mhm.
Shane is like, I guess, bracing the back of their head. Honest,
Oh, yeah.
honestly, that the girl who did it, not cool girl.
Not
Like,
cool.
yeah, like come on. It's obvious that he like obviously this is more on Shane because Shane should be able to control himself. But also when Sophia was like woman to woman, that's not cool. I agreed with that because it's like it takes two to tango. Like
Yeah.
100%, 100% it's like mostly on Shane, but it's also a little on that girl because that girl, I guess she could have maybe not chosen to not do it because maybe Shane was like holding it over her head or whatever, being like, if you don't pleasure
I
me,
don't think
then
he'd do that though.
yeah.
Like
Like,
I don't know. Like I don't think he's that bad of a person. I just think that he's, like horny or
yeah.
something.
Which it's like there's other ways to cure that, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah. Uh, should we talk more specifically about Sophia? Because we kind of been dancing around her and the other dudes, or the
Sure.
other dudes, the other characters. Sophia, did you like her? Did you not like her? Was there parts when
Um,
you did or didn't?
I mean, I don't really like people with her personality or who wear
Okay.
like
Note taken.
tight
Note
pants with
taken.
like bell bottoms basically. I don't like bell bottoms. She wears them a
Wait,
lot.
what are bell bottoms?
Like where they're tight on the top and then they fan out at the bottom.
Wait, and how does that relate to her?
It
Just
relates
like
to her
she
because I don't
wears
like her
them?
clothing choices.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Um I guess she's all right. Yeah, she wasn't like hard to like watch.
Mm-hmm.
How do I say this? She wasn't like displeasing to watch be the main character. She's fun to watch,
Yeah. Uh, for
despite
me,
I
oh,
guess.
sorry.
I don't know. I was just gonna say like she's not that good of a business owner. Like she should have read
Dang.
throughout like her, how to run a business for dummies that you need to pay your employees first of all, to have employees, but also pay them. Like, come on. I don't get why it was that big of a deal that she'd have to pay her employees. And that like her friend wanted to work with her. That was
Mm-hmm.
a pretty I didn't really like that
Well,
part. But
okay. Well, I guess I have a differing opinion than you on that. So, okay, personally for me, number one, I really liked Sophia. Like, I really, really, really did like her. Because, personally for me, I kind of relate to her. Because, so she's just angry at the world. And I get that sometimes, or I understand that. Because sometimes I just am angry at the world. And I don't even know
yeah.
why, but it's just like I am, and like you feel like you can't do anything about it. So yeah,
Yeah.
like for me, Sophia was just one of the most relatable characters I've actually ever watched because like the whole garbage person thing, I
Mhm.
felt that I know what it's like to think that I'm a garbage person. Um, and then Sophia's punk rock attitude. personally for me, like everyone, well, I should say everyone, but like I think I talked about this before. The trend of like where gay dudes are like, this is who I get my personality from, and then it's like kind of like the mean girls of like high school movies and whatever.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, Sophia's the personality that I want, in a sense. Like, I want her to not bulldoze over people's feelings, but I want her good things of like her take no crap attitude, her very confident approach at life. Like she's got a personality type that I really want, and I really like her as well. Uh, the whole thing though about her and Annie, and then Annie working for her. Personally, I kind of agreed with Sophia. Like I agree with both of them, but I'll start with Sophia. Like from what it seemed, Annie was doing this out of the goodness of her heart, right? You know, because she loves Sophia. So like, it would kind of be weird for it to like, for your friend to spring it on you, be like, "Hey, you wanna pay me?" It's just like a little weird, right? But then again, I also have to agree with Annie because, like, you know, it seemed like Annie was like taking up a lot of her time there. So like,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Sophia was just I don't know. Um, this is off topic before we talk about the other characters. But so this was supposed to be, in a sense, not a limited series. It was supposed to get a second season, in theory, right?
Oh.
But it
Yeah,
did.
that makes sense.
I don't know what the second season would have been about. And personally, in my opinion, I'm happy that it stayed one season. Because
Yeah.
I think this, as a limited series run, just is perfect. It's fast paced, it's funny, it's informative, it's what was I gonna say? Inspiring, that's the word.
It's
So yeah,
inspiring.
it's I think it's an inspiring show. But yeah, let's get back to the characters. Annie, did you like Annie, the friend? I
I
was gonna say quirky, but she's not really quirky.
she's a little quirky. But yeah, they're both quirky, so like where's
Yeah.
the limit of who's quirky and who's not? Yeah, she was good at times, at other times annoying because I don't know. She just seemed a bit too spunky at times.
Mhm.
But yeah.
Mhm. Well, for me, I really liked Annie. I liked her very optimistic attitude because and I'm Annie must. I'm gonna guess she's based on a real person,
She has to be, right?
right? Yeah, like which I guess is just life imitating art imitating life. But the bubbly kind of femme character, i.e., Annie, is best friends with kind of like the edgy, cynical girl, Sophia. And I really liked Annie because Annie balances out Sophia. Because obviously I love Sophia, but Sophia's obviously got her issues.
Yeah.
And Annie is there to help her. Like, sometimes I think Annie's a little bit of a pushover, c- but like I think she really stands her ground in the later episodes. But like
Yeah.
it's more of like she was a pushover back then in quotes, because so in episode 4 when they go to Coachella, um, Annie, after being like really disrespected by Sophia, she just stays like more. She stays with her, and I was like, why?
Why?
Good,
Yeah.
like, but why though? So, like, I always liked Annie. I didn't exactly like really like her at the beginning of the season, but at the end of the season, I thought she was really great. She was strong. She was confident. She had all like okay.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know if she identified as a feminist, but I think she'd be a good example of a feminist because I don't know, she's fighting for. Well, I don't know, because it doesn't really it kind of deals with feminism in the show, like feminism and sexism where like everyone's telling Sophia, "You're just a little girl. Young women shouldn't talk like that." The whole part where she says like "f me" or what'd she say?
That's me.
She's like "f me" in the dick or something like that when she steals the "How to Run an Internet Business for Dummies" book or whatever, and then the security guard's like, "Young women shouldn't talk like that." I was like, "Bruh, shut up!" Like,
Yeah.
no. I'm pretty sure it's not your place to tell her how she does and does not want to talk, but yeah. But
Yeah.
back to the characters. I know Dax didn't get a lot of screen time, but did you like him for Annie? Did you think he was a good character for her?
Dax. I guess so, yeah. He's what does he do?
Wait, say that again?
What does he do? Like, wait, what was his job?
Oh, he ooh.
Was
Well,
he
so he worked at a bar and then he also I think
he was the bartender
he
guy?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think he was training to be
Oh yeah,
an
studying business.
accountant or a financial advisor or something like that. Cause he
Yeah.
obviously knew how the economy worked. Maybe just maybe he had a business major of some sort.
Yeah, I think he said like a few times, yeah, I'm studying business, and then like Sophia would always be like, yeah, you're going back to school and you're like older or something like that.
Yeah.
Make fun of him for it. But yeah,
Mhm.
I think that he and Annie are good together because he's like, I guess, I don't know, more technical. Not necessarily technical, but like
Practical.
practical, yeah. And then she's like a lot more fun, and I guess they sort of help to bring each other closer to more neutral zone because you know she and him go and take acid together
Hmm.
whilst he's helping her sort of learn about business in a way because like she's obviously becoming more practical about helping Sophia with her business. So I'm assuming she's getting a lot of that from Dax.
Hmm. Yeah. I also did like Dax. I thought he was a great boyfriend. I think the part where it really shined was in episode 8 when he thinks that Annie took the acid, and so he's like, "Screw
Yeah.
it, let me take the acid." And then Annie's like, "Oop, never mind, did take the acid." And he's like, "Oh crap, I took the
I took
acid,"
the acid.
which I think really showed how much he cares for and loves Annie because he was literally gonna make sure that his girlfriend was not gonna trip by herself, which I thought
Yeah.
was really good. And then I
When I
also
started
did,
freaking out, I was like, no, that's like the opposite of what you're supposed to do. Like, you're gonna literally send yourself on such a bad trip.
and
Like,
how
you guys
would
are gonna be
you
like
know?
freaking out.
Dun dun dun. Anyways, I also liked how when Sophia would be mean to him, he wouldn't be like Annie and kind of just take it, but he would snap back at her, which I really like because it showed that he I think that's where, yeah, like Annie really gets her confidence from Dax because, like, Dax, he's confident, he's smart, he's logical, practical, and whatever. And some of those things were lacked in Annie, and she, I think, gains them, and then vice versa as well. Dax learns to loosen up a bit, he learns to have fun from Annie, which I really like. And yeah, that's why I really like Dax because he was really the only unproblematic character, so I really liked him.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Annie was also unproblematic, but like there were parts of her, as I said before, that I did personally enjoy. Yeah. Oh my god. And then
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about Shane. I'm just gonna say Shane can suck it.
Suck it. I
Yeah.
don't know. I honestly didn't see him as that bad of a guy until I guess
The
toward the end.
cheating.
Yeah. Oh gosh. No, his eyes just seem like a nice person. I mean, maybe that's just him in real life. Maybe he's a shitty person in real life, like as an actual person. But
Like, wait, like
like
are you saying the
out of
actors?
character.
Are you saying the actor is a bad person?
No, I said maybe he is, but like his eyes seem like he's a good person.
Okay. Well, I doubt the
Okay,
actor's a
sure.
bad. Well, let's hope he's not a bad person. I choose
Yeah,
to believe he's a nice person. But
yeah, he
yeah,
should be. Yeah.
honestly, the whole thing, like what really made me really hate him was episode 13 where Sophia goes to confront Shane for the second time, like right almost at the end of the show. Um, he's like, "I
Mhm.
love you," like.
I love you.
Sir,
Yeah,
if you loved her, you wouldn't be letting people put your
yeah.
dick in their mouth. Like, sir, that's not love. That's called cheating. That's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. Um,
Yeah. Like, okay. Oh wait, I forgot to talk about this, and I really want to talk about this.
okay.
The camera of the show, I thought was really good. Like, so the part I think in episode 2 where she's searching up all the estate sales and like it like pans the window and then the window shows like kind of the person. I thought that was actually really cool to see.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I,
Like, sorry, you were gonna say something?
no, you can finish. I was just gonna say
Okay.
something else.
Yeah. So what I'm guessing is that the apartment was built on a set or like that, which I uh I was just gonna say that yeah. So the filming of that was really good, and then also I really liked in the pilot episode when so she's checking herself out in the window with the motor jacket on, and the camera is just being all weird and stuff. I really liked that. Like I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty cool as well. Like I think the camera was a really good symbol of like, or not how it was shot was really good symbolizing of how Sophia saw herself. Because just the way that the camera moved, you could like, I guess it was a quote sexy shot, if that makes sense. It sounds a little weird, but like,
Yeah.
do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That does
Yeah.
make sense that it was like how she saw herself. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, we love to see someone who loves themselves. It's always amazing. Um, yeah. And then the lighting of the show though as well, so the lighting and the filming kind of go together. I think the lighting was actually pretty good. Like it wasn't like over the top aesthetics.
Mhm. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say a minute ago. Like, I mean, maybe just the lighting and the coloring for me was a bit too dark. Like,
Hmm.
I was changing, watching this over the course of like a week or whatever, changing my lighting in the room that I was in, but still, like all the time, it always seemed like the edges were too dark
Hmm.
of the show. Like, I don't know. I feel like they could have upped the brightness a little bit to help it not feel so black all the time.
Yeah. Like it did kind of seem like that, but yeah. I think as well though I think the darkness actually kind of symbolized like Sophia's like character arc because I'm not sure about you, but like in I think after she buys the I guess the shipping house or whatever,
Mhm.
it obviously becomes way more lighter.
Yeah, because of all the
So the light is like
windows.
flowing in. So personally for me, I actually kind of enjoyed the fact that there were dark edges because it kind of symbolized how like the darkness in a sense is creeping in on Sophia, especially the
Yeah.
part episode 9. So like when her whole apartment is cluttered with clothes, there's like
Mhm.
pretty much no light, and you can kind of see how like the darkness is like coming in on her. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I did want to talk about this as well. So episode 10, favorite episode. The way that they showed the
Favorite.
forums was so
Oh, the
good.
forums.
I thought that whoever came up with that was brilliant, because that
Yeah.
like that was a really interesting way to like show like online chat rooms. Because
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny where like when they're screaming, it's like caps lock on, and then
Yeah.
sometimes there'd just be gifs posted, and then when the kid comes in and he's like 9/11 was an inside job, and then
Yeah.
leaves. Like I thought that was really funny, and like the
It
whole ring light
was.
shoving that it's an open forum, and then there's the private forum where it's like they're really huddled, and there's like light kind of like facing only up at their face and not like descend or like from like a ring light.
Yeah.
I thought that I thought that was really 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 good, and
It
I
was. I
kind
do
of
have
wish
one.
that. Wait, what
You
was the
kind
last
of.
thing?
I do have kind of like one sort of pet peeve with that was that the subtitles when the one was like speaking in all caps was not in all caps. Like it's not that hard. They were obviously trying to show that it was in all caps, and
Mhm.
they're literally saying stop saying caps, yet the subtitles weren't in all caps.
Oh no. Did that ruin the experience for
It
you?
ruined the experience.
I actually didn't watch this show on subtitle, which
Oh.
yeah, that's how cool I am. I'm transcending. Yeah, but I guess that would be like a good way to literally write in the script. But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was so 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 good, and I really really liked it because I thought it was really funny. Especially like because I thought that was such a it's very emotional episode with the end where
Yeah.
the vintage fashion forum pulls that very snake like move and just gets Sophia kicked off eBay, and then Annie and Sophia have their big fight, which I was really really sad for.
Yeah. That was a pretty time.
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I guess,
Yeah.
is there anything that we have or haven't said yet that you would like to bring up before we go on, if we would recommend the season or not?
I don't think so.
No? Okay, I actually do have one thing. So episode 11, I guess you could call it the quote Christmas episode. I thought that was a really good episode, and personally, in my opinion, this is what I feel episode 4 strived to be. Because so I did say that episode 4 does push the plot forward in a sense because it gives you a better understanding of the dynamic between Sophie and Annie, as well as learning more about their past and history together. But this episode, so it shows the dynamic between Sophia and Kathleen, which I thought was obviously very important to see how she interacts with her mom. Um, but obviously it pushes the story forward because um, Sophia's in a very spiraling,
Mhm.
depressive episode. So like you can like, and it's her kind of getting out of the rut in this episode. But I thought this was really good, especially because just seeing how Sophia and Kathleen are so similar to each other, I think really shows Sophia kind of how messed up she is, especially when
Yeah.
Kathleen goes off at the end about how she didn't get the role of Annie in The King and I, and she kind of calls everyone out. And Sophia watching this, I couldn't really tell, but I kind of thought that that Sophia was kind of realizing how messed up she is.
Yeah.
because her mom is messed up and they're very similar. But it also kind of showed how they need to hold on tight to each other because they're the only few that really get each other. So yeah. And then also Gail. So Gail calls Sophia a garbage person.
Yeah.
Personally, I kind of saw it as a gift in disguise in a sense. But obviously Gail didn't know that Sophia would go see her mom, right? Uh but like
Yeah, I think that's probably why it was. I don't know. Not to say why it was in the show because I mean it is based off of a true story, right? So I bet that she probably did say something that triggered her to go to see her mom.
yeah.
And so she was like, yeah, it's a gift. She even said, like, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah. But like
Yeah.
yeah, with the whole thing with Gail, she was like, "You're a garbage person. No wonder your mama left you." I was like,
Yeah.
Gail, just hold up while I go get a gun. Okay, like hold up. Just give me a minute. 'Cause
You need to be put down.
pretty much, like Gail knew how much Sophia, I guess, had mommy issues when she like gives her whole speech in episode 7 about how her mom left her. Like,
Mhm.
Gail, what is your problem? Like, okay, yeah. Sophia taking the ball gown dress and then cutting it into a prom dress, was that rude? Yes. Was it uncalled for? Yes. But also, I feel like Gail really, really lashed out because, personally, for me, Gail's whole idea of put clothes in boxes to store for future generations. That's not me because
Yeah.
obviously Gail can have like her own idea about clothes, but she was kind of trying to control Sophia because I think personally for
Well,
me, like if you find a piece that may like for example, let's use her like her situation. If I found a piece that one of my parents wore before they died and I really connected to it and I wanted to wear it, I would wear it. I wouldn't put it in acid paper and put it in a box. I would wear it because I feel like that would make me feel closer to my parents.
yeah.
So, yeah. Like,
I guess,
so on. Sorry, you say your thing.
well,
I'll say my thing.
I was gonna say, Gail does put it in a box so that she can, preserve the scent on it as well. But yeah, it would make sense if she only did that for like a couple pieces of clothes, not the entire closet.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
even further than just the closet, every vintage piece that she gets.
Oh yeah. And plus, like, why'd she have to leave the dress? Like, girl, you knew that Sophia said what she wanted to do with the dress, and you still left it. Like, oh yeah, we made a compromise. That sounds like you were saying, okay, it's fine if you cut up the dress. Like,
Yeah.
Sophia never said, yeah, I think I'll look into acid-free paper in boxes. No. No, that's not what she wanted to do with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. I think episode 11 was really good. Oh yeah, and then also at the end, Sophia's voice. So Brit Robertson, personally, I think she can sing. Like I thought her voice was actually really good.
Yeah.
And then when Gail joins in and they start singing, I thought that was pretty funny as well. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about episode
Yeah.
11 because I thought it was a very good episode. But I guess now we ask, recommend or don't recommend?
Recommend or don't recommend? I'll recommend it. Yeah, it's a
To
do
recommend
recommend it
or to not recommend?
because
Why do you choose to recommend it?
it's it's fun. I guess it's it's
Hmm.
a good story. Yeah.
Yes. I also recommend, obviously, as you can tell of like how I really, really, really like the show. Um, yeah, it's fun. It's punk rock. I think this is a show that there's very few shows that like feel like a punk rock type show that don't feel, I guess, to quote like edgelordy, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
I guess.
so I think it was really good, and it's a very pretty much kick-ass inspirational show. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So I guess I guess next week we will be reviewing Everything Sucks. Um. And by we, I guess special announcement, not really. Um. Addie's stepping back from co-host.
Yeah. I
Don't
guess
worry though, they'll
special,
still
not
be
really. Oh gosh.
they'll still be around though. But next week is just me reviewing Everything Sucks, which is I'm very excited for that show because that show also got only one season, but I think that show should have gotten more. But I'm very excited to talk about that show.
Oh my gosh. Not to rant,
Okay.
but freaking Netflix canceling all these good shows.
Oh yeah. Lady that made me start like I moved around some stuff so I could talk about the other shows that are getting canceled because I put in the Society as well because I really want to talk about that show as
Yeah.
well because I really
Oh my
liked it.
gosh.
But
Society
yeah,
is a good show. Anyways, not to rant.
yeah. Okay, well, next week will be Everything Sucks. I am your co-host Ryan,
Your other co-host, Addison.
and I will see you next week. Peace.
That's a lot.